The story begins with Lina, a woman in her 50s, leading a comfortable, yet somewhat predictable life. She often reflects on her journey, her career, her family, and the quiet emptiness she sometimes feels from the parts of her life left unresolved. One evening, as she's casually checking her social media, she receives a message from Mark, her college crush, someone she had admired deeply but never truly pursued. His message is simple: a brief greeting, a question about how she's been, and a mention of wanting to catch up after all these years. Lina is taken by surprise, as she hadn't thought about Mark in such a long time. Her initial reaction is a mix of curiosity and hesitation. So many years have passed. She's now in her 50s, with a full life behind her, and she wonders what Mark's life has been like all these years. Their connection was brief and innocent back in college, nothing beyond fleeting moments of admiration from afar, but the feelings she had for him back then were still vivid in her memory. As she reads his message again, a wave of nostalgia washes over her, mixed with the realization that perhaps this could be an opportunity to revisit a part of herself she'd tucked away. After some internal debate, Lina decides to respond. She writes a thoughtful message, catching him up on the major events of her life: the marriage, the children, the career. She keeps it light, but underneath the surface, she's brimming with questions. What brought him to reach out now? What has changed for him? The uncertainty is palpable, but there's something about reconnecting with someone from her past that feels both comforting and a little unnerving. Over the next few days, they exchange emails and messages. The conversations flow easily at first, filled with casual updates about their lives, the years that have passed, and the inevitable changes they've both gone through. Lina learns that Mark had married, had children, and gone through his own share of personal challenges. She finds herself captivated by how much he's grown, the paths he's taken, and yet there's something familiar in the way he speaks. It's as if time hasn't eroded the connection they once shared. Their talks turn more introspective, delving into the deep feelings they had as college students, exploring how those feelings shaped their choices and their lives. As they continue to talk, Lina begins to reflect on her own life in ways she hasn't in years. She remembers the woman she was in college, dreamy, full of ambition, and deeply in love with the idea of love itself. She recalls how, back then, she never had the courage to truly open up to Mark. She was shy, uncertain, and perhaps afraid of vulnerability. Now, decades later, she wonders what would have happened if she had taken that leap. What if they had explored the possibility of being together? But the past is the past, and it's clear that both of them have lived full lives since then. Lina feels a bittersweet sense of closure in realizing that this is not about reigniting a romance, but about rediscovering a piece of herself that she had forgotten. Their relationship becomes more about mutual respect and understanding. They both talk about their families, their children, the challenges they faced, and the wisdom they've gained. Lina opens up about the choices she's made, the struggles of balancing her personal dreams with her responsibilities as a wife and mother. She's amazed at how easily she can talk to him now, with the emotional distance of time allowing her to share without fear of judgment. In turn, Mark shares his own insights into the complexities of relationships and self-discovery. The emotional tension shifts from longing to reflection. Lina finds herself feeling gratitude for this unexpected reconnection, not because it's leading to a romantic revival, but because it's offering her a new lens through which to view her own life. She starts to recognize that what she's truly rediscovering is not Mark or even their past connection, but her own capacity for vulnerability and self-reflection. She realizes how much she has grown, how much she has learned to embrace both the highs and lows of her journey. In the final moments of their conversations, Lina experiences a breakthrough. She understands that her connection with Mark, while meaningful, is not about returning to what could have been. It's about accepting who she is now. She feels a renewed sense of clarity, not just about her past, but about how she wants to move forward in life. She is at peace with herself, embracing the lessons she's learned, the woman she has become, and the relationships that have shaped her.